Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly. I don't look at this like it's gonna be easy fight. This guy is gonna be prepared. I'm prepared for it. I'm training extremely hard, yeah.
Like, yeah, if he can do that, if he can actually do that for 8 rounds or 10 rounds, however long this fight is.
Well, that's gonna be the key, isn't it?
Can he do that? I don't know if he can do that. I mean, he had to pull out the first fight because he had an ulcer.
Right.
So it's, you know.
Well, I like him, but in this particular fight, he has to go. I started Jake Paul off. On my fight with Roy Jones, I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm going to finish him.
What do you think about Tyson fighting Jake Paul?
I love Mike Tyson, and I'm not a fan of anybody fighting at our age. But he's a grown man, obviously, and you know, I talked to his wife a couple days ago, and he's taking this serious, and he's training for it, and you know, so he makes lots of money outside of the ring. I think that he ends up getting these offers that he can't refuse. We'll see how it plays out.
Jake is done. Well, he's punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb, freaking one after the other. Cuss would say he moved his head so great, the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun.
So, let's see what this press conference delivers. We know the fight is a joke.
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live.
When this fight happens, Tyson will be 58.
And I'm happy that I was able to the ring with so many legendary fighters.
I'm worried about him.
Under any circumstances, an almost 60-year-old man shouldn't be fighting a 27-year-old guy under any circumstances, even if it's Mike Tyson. So, do I think Tyson can land a shot? Yeah. Everybody in the room and the other room wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out. My biggest problem with the Jake Paul thing is, and how this plays out, is when he actually fought somebody who was a boxer, who had the same type of record he has, who was his age,
Tommy,
and who was his size, he lost.
Yeah.
I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. When you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation. Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with 2 people in the ring. Anything can happen, destiny's involved.
But you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right.
How about me and Mike?
You know, to become a great fighter, you had to become great. You had to fight great fighters. You had to fight good fighters. So, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for the certain guys that paved the way for me today.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men, no matter what they look like. Right. And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the prime of his life.
I'm beautiful, and I've been training for a while, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I'm just asking when you get into camp.
I'm okay to fight.
But when you get into camp, like when?
I'm in camp right now.
Very good, thank you.
I'm in camp right now.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Child's about to have a real big problem. I'm close to 60 years old, and he thinks
You think it's sweet?
yeah. He's gonna get paid a lot of money as well. He's improved. I let him fight on my undercard. Since the first time he fought on my card, well, I started him off.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle. Run for them life.
There's never been a night this big.
I started Jake off ago. No one knew who the hell he was. I started him, and most likely looks like I'm gonna finish him. I like him, but in this particular fight, he has to go.
Jungle.
This is no ordinary fight. This is Jake El Gallo Paul.
Who's doing more than me?
I don't look at myself as a middle-aged man. I feel really good. When you're in the top physical and spiritual shape, you hear and notice everything. Highest form of relaxation. Hey, listen, nobody's a perfect expert with 2 people in the ring. Anything can happen, destiny's involved.
Jake is done.
Knock him out, anticipated to be one of the biggest boxing events.
Well, he's punches and bunches. He throws missiles, not just one bomb, freaking one after the other. Cuss would say he moved his head so great, the guy couldn't hit him with a machine gun.
Follow me.
close to me. I'm the best fighter in the world.
This is the fight the world's been waiting for.
Okay, you're gonna beat this kid, Jake Paul?
Very badly. I don't look at this like it's gonna be easy fight. This guy is gonna be prepared. But I'm prepared for it. I'm training extremely hard, yeah. I'm on my fight with Roy Jones. I allowed him to fight on the card, and I decided I started him, and I'm gonna finish him.
Just you couldn't stop him.
It's orgasmic sometimes. Yeah.
You can hit hard like that, but I can hit way harder like that, bucket. Boom!
Be in shape, be in good shape, because your health depends on it. I look at him as a killer.
He is, Mike.
That's how I look at him.
And he's getting like better and better. It's crazy.
I know that's why I gotta get him before he gets too good. As soon as I catch this guy, it's gonna be totally over.
But you'd fight Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I'll fight a lion if the price is right.
How about me and Mike?
Should be very careful, yeah. That's only 10% how fighters train right there. It's nothing. What I did is nothing. That's how fighters warm up. And so he's gonna have to get very familiar with that kind of lifestyle of fighting. Just want to see how much he wants and how far can he go, how far he wants to go before he says no.
Something changed. We're like, man, I be watching him hit the bag now, and like, he's really a boxer.
Yeah, this is what I learned through my 58 years of experience. What my experience is.
Fistful of power. You're just a blogger, I'm the legend of the hour. You think you can break me? I'm Iron Mike. The ring is calling and it's my fight.
That anyone's capable of killing you. Anyone's capable of killing you, so you should be apprehensive for anyone. So I look at him at that, and I have a weird personality. I don't think it's weird though. Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it.
I think Jake Paul's going to get hurt.
I think this is a very dangerous fight for Paul.
Interesting.
I think he might be making a mistake because, first of all, for me, he don't got a lot other than money, and he's made plenty of money.
But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible. My objectives like this, so they're capable of killing me. I don't sleep on them. I'm not overconfident with anybody in life.
The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches?
I think I'm just like wired differently to like I just feel like it's like destiny for me to be involved in it.
He's a real fighter. He can fight. When he's hitting those pads, he looks great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if he can do that, if he can actually do that for 8 rounds or 10 rounds, however long this fight is.
Well, that's gonna be the key.
Yeah.
You are a disgrace to the combat sports world.
Mike, I love it.
You're an imposter. You're a wannabe.
One of the most
You're a fake.
all time fighting what you said.
Challenge yourself, you pathetic man. You pathetic individual. Fighting is about challenging yourself. Granted, businessman, yeah, killing it in that regard. But don't give me this fighter. That's what gets on my nerves.
You know, 60 is not what 60 was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
60 is very young now.
Can he do that? I don't know if he can do that. I mean, he had to pull out the first fight because he had an ulcer.
I used to get bullied, and this guy bullied me, killed my pigeon, hit me in the face with the pigeon and shit, kicked me, spit on me, and my first fight was over a pigeon. First fight ever.
No way.
The biggest fight offer you've ever been offered. I don't want to lose to a fucking YouTuber.
I'm like slightly scared, but that's gonna be like motivating. It's gonna be motivating me to be on edge and to not take him lightly. Nah, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
And Mike Tyson's that different thing.
Right.
It could be one of those fights where Mike Tyson gets him in a corner and connects with a punch, and Jake Paul just goes limp.
To the people that don't think I'm gonna win, it's like I'm younger, faster, sharper, and can hit at the same levels that he can, and be able to take his punches. So I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson, and I feel like when I look across the ring, I'm just gonna be like have a wow moment.
Balls, like step in a ring with Mike Tyson, boy.
It is definitely a lot to face and go up against, but I think I'm just like wired differently to like I just feel like it's like destiny.
Hey, listen, I have 500 pigeons.
You have that many pigeons?
Around 5.
Why?
Excuse me?
What the pigeon?
It's my culture. It's just what we do in the neighborhood.
3, Mikey, Mikey, your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Whoop.
Nice penetration.
Do you think you can knock him out?
Can I ask you a question?
I think there's a very high chance of that.
Good instructions given by the ref in the early going. Mike gets him on the right hand and he did it. Really nailed with the right hand. But 8, 9, and 10.
Kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's also, it's like, Jesus Christ, there's levels.
It's culture. Right. And know why he's like
incredible.
Because the coolest, the toughest guys have him. You have to believe this, bro. You have to know this. One thing I'm gonna tell you, and this is spiritual, right? You see all your fights and stuff? All your knockouts is spectacular. You know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you. You know what that means? That you're favored by God.
I'll say people are underestimating me though, because when I go to his comments, they're just saying like, if Mike loses, then fighting is rigged, because they see how good he looks on the mitts.
I can see it watching from the sides when you have fought everyone else, where they all go, holy shit, this YouTuber hits much harder than I thought he did. And you can see it change in their eyes. I'm not sure Mike will have that moment. Contrary to your belief, I think Mike is not underestimating you.
When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. He's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. Go home with the guy that brought you to the dance.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and was also considered a boxer, and he lost. So if you can keep fighting fucking 50-something-year-olds,
You don't think Tyson has a chance?
And making a living at it. I think that Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance against any.
Do you think you can knock him out?
Can I ask you a question?
I think there's a very high chance of that.
They don't want me to be the nice father man, the family man. They want to bring me back to debauchery and violence and these Scarfo movies. When I think I'm out, they bring me back in. You can't have no 3 weeks having smoke, 2.5 weeks having smoke. I have had sex for 2.5 weeks. I've been doing the whole.
With me and my brother fighting. Jake looks so young there. They both look so different.
I
know. Here's a question. Put my tinfoil hat on. Was this the plan all along? The question for you guys. What gets more views? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul or Jake Paul versus Logan Paul? Now, I'm not saying on YouTube. On Netflix.
Who else can do it but me? Who else is he gonna fight? We got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Do you think he's ever stood across from a man with the sort of intentions you can have inside a ring?
You know, he's not the same. Mike Tyson. He's not the same. He's not the same fighter that he once was, and he knows that.
Stop it, bro.
Alex, you think you could beat up every white guy? What are you talking about?
I think it's a great fight. I think it is a great fight for that exact reason. Me boxing on the outside, him trying to come forward to knock me out. I have one punch power. He has one punch power. Who wins?
Well, he may have been in the ring with people with the same intention, but the actuality, no. Let's go. Be careful.
I think he's a mitt warrior. The Instagram videos are cute, but we'll see what happens in the ring on November 15th at the end of the day. We'll see if he still got it.
I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. he lived his life the way he wanted to live.
Boxer.
Yeah.
Terrifying, you know. Even when I met him at one point backstage at the stadium at a fight, and I was like, I'm still terrified of you from watching you, you know. But then that guy he started becoming, where he became more explorative and he was looking into what, you know, the meaning of life and, you know, having a smoke every now and then and stuff like that, you know. I was like, I'm enjoying this, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, I'm liking the evolution. You know, what bothers me with this whole thing is that he's got to kind of, you know, slide back to that warrior, you know, and I'm just not sure he needed to do it.
58-year-old men are 58-year-old men, no matter what they look like.
Right.
And Jake Paul is a 28-year-old athlete in the prime of his life. Yeah. You know, he had that very good fight with Tommy Fury, who's a legitimate boxer, you know, which was a very good fight. You know, he just beat up Mike Perry, who's a bare knuckle champion. I mean, he's a real fighter. He can fight. He can, and if Mike Tyson and him are fighting and Mike can't catch him, and Mike has bad knees, if his back's bad, I mean, I don't know what's going on with him physically. It's hard to tell from a guy just hitting pads. When he's hitting those pads, he looks great.
So they're never going to go that route again. I saw some guy the other day say, when are you going to stop fighting gimmick fights? You're going to call Mike Tyson a gimmick?
Well, yeah.
If you got people that are fucking dumb enough to pay for that, you know,
well, it's on Netflix. You don't even have to pay now.
Huh?
It's on Netflix. You don't even have to pay.
And like, brilliant move too, because you don't have to go pay. Everybody has Netflix, so just turn it on. I'll turn it on and see what happens. Because this guy's 27. He's in his prime as a human. And I love Mike. And nobody wants to see Mike get beat by this jerk off. You know what I mean? Love Mike Tyson. Yeah. Mike Tyson was one of the guys that I idolized growing up.
But if you're Jake Paul, you feel good about beating a 57-year-old Mike Tyson. Saying, if Jake Paul does happen to win, does he really feel good?
Do you think that Tyson can knock his out?
I know he can. Oh, of course. Both of y'all forgetting two words: father time. Just saying, like, if we could all do it, I'd still be playing. Like, this ain't Shaq. When I got hurt, I was actually happy I got hurt. I was like, I'm done.
I love you, Mike.
Same.
And I'm very nervous for you.
Thank you for caring.
I do care. I care about you. And I care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now. And it's ruthless, Mike.
I agree. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's so cool to watch. And he's really crushing it. And I just feel like I want you to be okay in there, Mike.
Back to work. Back to work. Back to work. More jabs. There you go. Worked all right. Worked all right. There you go.
Did you take Mike Tyson out of that fight? My dad's not watching. My dad's not watching Logan Paul. But a ton of youngsters who vape and are confused about the pronouns are going to tune in. What do I think would get more views overall? Logan Paul versus Jake, because you can get their fan bases, which is bigger than Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson and ladies and gentlemen, the bout ends at 2 minutes 32 seconds of the opening round.
Who will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep?
Okay, Connor, like after I fuck up Mike Perry, then you're next.
Way of fighting, I think chokes will be easier. Grappling is easier with no gloves.
Oh, bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah.
What about the bare knuckle boxing?
I'd have to get paid.
Yeah.
I'd have to get paid. It's just like you're gonna get cut up 100%, no matter how you how you fight defensively, you're gonna get cut probably.
Do you like watching it?
Yeah, but I've been to a few in person, and watching it and being there close to the ring is two different things, man. It's brutal close.
Really?
Yeah.
More so than TV?
Yeah, because you can hear the knuckles bouncing like off the skull. You can hear it, you know, yeah, it's nasty.
In this world with hormone replacement and vitamins and he does all this electrical muscular stimulation recovery stuff. Like when they were training Mike for that Roy Jones fight, like they were using state-of-the-art science.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a if you think he's 55 years old. That guy will hurt you.
Welcome, fight enthusiasts and newcomers alike, to an electrifying exploration into the world of boxing. Before we delve deeper, make sure you've checked out the newly leaked footage of Mike Tyson's awe-inspiring training as he gears up to face Jake Paul. This isn't just a routine, it's a powerhouse of technique and tenacity. Today, we present an exclusive documentary showcasing none other than Mike Tyson, a legend who continues to defy age and expectation. Watch closely as he unleashes a series of explosive punches, each demonstrating the raw power and refined skill that have defined his storied career. As we analyze the footage, note Tyson's impeccable form. His jab, quick and precise, serves not just to strike, but to gauge distance and create openings. His hook, a move perfected over decades, swings with such force that it could very well redefine the outcome of his upcoming bout against Jake Paul.
All these guys who came out of there were monsters, and Rafael Cordeiro is from that camp. He was an elite Thai boxer, and then he became an elite MMA trainer. And so he's the guy working with Mike Tyson. And so he's holding mitts with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson is smashing those mitts.
That's what I saw in that
So this
video,
is like right now, 57-year-old. See if you can find some of that. Not the older stuff, but the newer stuff. It's because it's on his Instagram. And, you know,
looked pretty serious.
Yeah, he's like, day 2, still want to with me?
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
mean, I'm 100% rooting for Mike Tyson.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
Of course, everybody should be.
Listen to Joe Rogan's commentary, laden with respect and admiration, as he dissects Tyson's techniques.
It's day 1, the fun just begun. Day 2, we're getting ready for you.
Rogan highlights the ferocity of Tyson's uppercuts and the strategic deployment of his footwork, which allows him to maneuver into optimal positions while maintaining a defensive posture that few fighters can penetrate.
Gently across. No! Come against me after jab. 3. Jab. Zip, zip, zip. 1, 2, 3. Nice one, Mike.
The intensity in Tyson's eyes, the meticulous adjustment of his stance, and the rhythmic dance of his feet all tell a story of a fighter who is not just maintaining, but elevating his craft. Focus on Tyson's footwork. Notice how each step is calculated to maintain balance and generate power. His ability to pivot and generate torque is nothing short of masterful, turning potential energy into devastating impacts.
Nice. Good.
When Tyson throws a hook, it's not just muscle memory. It's a calculated act of physics, maximizing impact at the point of contact. This training session also reveals Tyson's strategic use of rhythm. He's not merely throwing punches, he's setting a tempo, a pattern designed to unsettle and outpace his opponent. This could pose a significant challenge for Jake Paul, whose experience pales in comparison to Tyson's ring-tested strategies. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into Mike Tyson's preparation for a fight that's set to captivate the world of boxing. The dedication, strategy, and sheer power you've witnessed today are just the tip of the iceberg. What do you think about Tyson's chances against Jake Paul? How do you rate Paul's readiness to face such a formidable opponent? Share your thoughts, analyses, and predictions.